Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anna and I make New York City based adventure videos spiked with love and positivity. Today, we are at the New York Public Library branch on 5th Avenue next to Bryant Park. This is a research library and it's such a gorgeous building. I just went on the tour and while this information is fresh in my mind, I will share it with you. So without further ado, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this New York Public Library branch. Okay, let's get going. The New York Public Library has 92 locations scattered among the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island. The other two boroughs of Queens and Brooklyn have their own public library systems. The Stephen A. Schwarzman Building is located in Manhattan near Bryant Park. It's a research library. If you haven't seen my video on the Winter Village in Bryant Park, I'll leave the link in the description box. The lions outside of the library are made from pink marble from Tennessee. They do not have official names, but they have been commonly known as patience and fortitude because it was believed this is what New Yorkers needed to get through the Great Depression. If you want to check out books from the nearest circulating library, there is one diagonally across the street. This library was founded in 1895 and is part of the nation's largest public library system. It holds more than 56 million items. The Research Center contains a draft of the Declaration of Independence written by Thomas Jefferson. Researchers from all nations visit this 5th Avenue and 42nd Street location. The architecture is an example of the Beaux-Arts style. It was first opened to the public in 1911. Today, millions of visitors from all around the world visit each year. In this building, you can find collections in the humanities, social sciences, and fine arts. This building is a registered National Historical Landmark. Construction took 16 years from design to completion. It was the largest marble building ever built in the United States at the time. It's made out of marble from Vermont. But most of the marble failed to pass inspection and was rejected. Interestingly, those rejected blocks were used to make Harvard Medical College. The building was constructed on the site of the old Croton Reservoir, and some stones from this reservoir were used to build the original foundation. Many famous movies have featured the library. Several celebrities have walked through these halls. This intricately designed ceiling looks like wood, but it's actually molded plaster. The architects designed the building and everything in it, including the tables, chairs, lamps, waste baskets, and chandeliers. In the periodical room, you can ask to see many newspapers, including foreign ones. Everything in this room is original, although some parts may have been restored. And the murals is another thing that was added on and is not original to the room. An interesting fact is that the Reader's Digest was thought of and conceptualized in this room. Extending off the periodical room is the Dorot Jewish Division. It's the oldest public collection of Jewish research materials in America. Walking around the library, you'll find architectural treasures at every turn. It's difficult to walk through these halls and not look up at the ceiling. Around every corner, you'll find a sculpture, painting, or small treasure to captivate your attention. Next, we're visiting the McGraw Rotunda. This is a large space underneath arched bays. The murals on the walls depict the history of the written word. On the ceiling is another massive mural. It's really spectacular to see in person. Imagine hosting an event here. You can actually rent out the space for a private reception, dinner, or cocktail event when the library is closed. How cool is that? Did I hear someone say wedding? Two rooms jut off from the McGraw Rotunda. One of them is known as the library's Wi-Fi room. In this room, you can talk freely. Most people browse the internet. A fun fact about this room is that it's the coldest room during the summer. The room is supposed to remind you of an art gallery, which is why there are many paintings on the walls. One of the most famous spaces here is the Rose Main Reading Room. This is a space that anyone can use for research and quiet study. This historic room almost equals a football field. It's one of the largest rooms in the United States without a dome, interior columns, or steel reinforced walls to support the ceiling. Underneath the Rose Main Reading Room are 7 floors where books used to be stored. Unfortunately, because those floors were not climate controlled, their use declined. Now, only 2 of those floors are used as storage space. What happened to all the books that were stored underneath this reading room? Many people don't know that there is a reinforced concrete stack extension underneath Bryant Park itself that was added onto the library. Construction began in July of 1988. 30 feet were excavated deep under the park itself. If you're standing in Bryant Park, there are 6 feet of soil between you and the top of the extension. The 120,000 foot square space is large enough for holding 4 million items and is linked to the main building by a 120-foot tunnel. The stack extension was opened in September of 1991, and the total cost of it was $24 million. You can request materials from these stacks underneath Bryant Park, and the item will reach you within a few minutes. You can also browse and read the thousands of reference volumes around the Rose Main Reading Room itself. Here we are back near the front entryway to the library. This is the view of the lobby area from the 2nd floor balcony. The New York Public Library system wouldn't be the same without the many donors that help keep its services free. A heartwarming story is one about a Lithuanian immigrant who came to the United States without a formal education. He discovered the library and taught himself economics. He was quite interested in the subject and became a great investor. He made a lot of money through his strategic investments and amassed a huge fortune. At the end of his life, he left the library with around $365,000, which, adjusted for inflation, is now around $2 million. A plaque on the floor is dedicated in his honor. While you're here, I recommend you visit the Treasures Collection. Also known as the Polanski Exhibition, this space showcases incredible items from the total 56 million items in the library's collection. Here, you can see things like Charles Dickens's chair and desk, Virginia Woolf's walking stick, the Declaration of Independence and Bill of Rights, Shakespeare's first folio, the Gutenberg Bible, the impressive Triumphal Arch, items from movie sets, diaries, opera recordings, and many other items. In general, there's so much history, architecture, and art to see and learn about at the New York Public Library. The exit of the Treasures exhibit leads you to a wonderful gift shop. I recommend you take a few minutes to browse. I'll end the video with this depiction of Grand Central Terminal. That's what next week's video is going to be about. Thank you so much for watching this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it to be informative. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more New York City-based videos, and join me on Instagram at Miss Anna Adventures. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you in next week's video. Take care. Bye.